And we welcome you back now. The Men's Cascade Cup underway, and the first of our international showdowns is the University of Washington JV8 will take on the British, the Nottinghamshire County Racing Association in lane 2. Oregon State is in lane 3, Western Washington in lane 4, and Gonzaga in lane 5.
Okay, this is pretty much like the Women's Cascade Cup with Western, Gonzaga, Oregon State. The big question mark is this crew from Nottinghamshire.
I think the Notts County boat is going to be a good boat to challenge the Huskies out here today. They're right next to them. It should be a good race between lane 1 and 2.
And we're approaching the 1,000-meter mark. Washington has an edge over Nottinghamshire, but it's not a huge edge. And the whole field is quite close at this point. But this is a breaking point, Betsy. What happens at that 1,000-meter mark? What do you tell your crew?
Well, you come in and you hit the third 500. It's probably the point in the race that makes or breaks the crew. If you can be really strong there, keep the length of the strokes going, you can win the race. That's where you're going to move ahead if you're able to do it. If you're not ready with your third 500, that's where a crew will fall behind. It's the toughest part of the race.
And that's from a rower's point of view, this is the part that hurts the worst too, right here, because you know you got to put it on. Now this is a real close race here between Washington, Nottinghamshire. Then I think there's a second race between third, fourth, and fifth place. Kind of exciting now as they approach the entrance to the cut. There's only room for 4 boats, so it looks like Gonzaga is going to have to sneak around the buoy, and they're going to be coming in last place into the cut.
You can really start to see what brings a team together at this point. They've got to have some cohesion right now. They've got to really think that the man in front of them is doing what they're doing and is right with them. This is a tough race.
We're looking at a shell on the left of your screen, and the stern of the boat's on top. Now, when you're putting together a crew, you look at it in 3 parts. The bow pair, we're looking at the bow pair. They've got to be very good rowers. The middle 4 is your engine room, and the 2 rowers right in front of the coxswain, the stroke oars, they're the ones that set the pace.
And the coxswain back there is the one who's cheering them on, steering the shell, as well as planning the strategy. That's a very important position, the coxswain.
We're approaching the Mont Lake Bridge now, 500 meters to go.
Dick, looked as though Washington had about a 2-seat advantage right now.
2-seat advantage, but Nottinghamshire is really pressing now, and it's going to be interesting when they go under the bridge. It looks like Nottinghamshire is putting their race on the line right now. This is going to be a great 2-boat race for first place.
Washington men's JV8's won 6 consecutive Cascade Cups. They also have a string of 6 straight Pac-10s, and it's getting narrow, Betsy.
It's a very close lead for Washington at this point, but both crews are in their sprint. And now's where they're buckling down. They've got about 30 strokes left.
This is when you close your eyes, hold your breath, and just race for that finish line.
And right now, Washington has as much momentum as Notts County. They can pull this off if they can hold on to their sprint here.
This is close. This is close. The strokes are about, I'd say, 38, 39 strokes a minute. That Nottinghamshire is going to go to 40, 42 real quick. We know that. And Washington's going to try to do the same. Boats are a little bit wobbly here. We're starting to get that wave bouncing back and forth through the cut. It's not perfect water. But this is one of the greatest races we've seen in a couple of years here.
We saw
very
a couple
close,
peaks
down to the wire. They want to
eyes.
know. They want to know where Notts County is because they're right next to them.
This is what's the coxswain saying now, Betsy?
Well, you're trying to keep their eyes in the boat. You've got to keep them focused.
Looks as though Nottinghamshire is
Okay,
pulled away.
Let's wait. No, let's wait for the finish.
Wait for the angle.
Wait. Ooh.
Very close there, and you see the celebration on the second boat.
I would say the Brits got it.
Yeah.
It looks as though Nottinghamshire, with a run down the stretch, has come up with the victory in the Cascade Cup. David Chung, the cox for the NCRA boat, also a former junior international and world championships participant. You can see by the celebration that, Dick, they were able to pull it off with the close in the stretch and made up those couple seats down the end.
What a great race for Washington, because, hey, this is a developmental race for Washington. And these people are older, more experienced. They've been on national teams, this crew from Nottinghamshire. Washington did a good job, but they just didn't quite hold them off.
They did, though. They went up against guys, as you said, international experience, Olympians, Henley Regatta winners as well. A very close race, but this one goes to the Nottinghamshire boat as they edge the Washington Junior Varsity in the Cascade Cup. Stay tuned. We'll have more action. And coming up next, the new addition to the regatta.